exciting things that I get to do is I get to teach urban sociology at LaGuardia Community College. And it's a topic that fascinates me. I was born and raised here in Long Island City, and as Bob said, you know, my family's been here for almost 100 years. So I've kind of seen theories tested, and we in New York have tested everything, and we certainly have seen a lot of these theories in action. And one of the sad things about New York right now is that we're moving really from these quaint little streets into places that are promoting national chains. And it's almost like we're Disneyfying our streets and making them into theme parks. And what we're taking out of that equation are really the people that make communities so important. And that's why events like this are so very special. And it really brings us to ask the question, what is it that makes 30th Avenue so successful? And when you really take a look at it, you say, you know what, 30th Avenue really brings out the best of all of our democratic ideals. Because it's a place that's open, we all get to share in there. It's a place that is welcoming, and it's also a place that you have an opportunity for civic discourse. Things can be discussed on the street, and that really encourages good community. When you look at 30th Avenue, you say something like this really does symbolize a place where friends and neighbors can cross their paths and get together. It's almost like the community's living room. It gives us a chance to interact with each other. And that's exactly what this exhibit represents. It's the sharing of family stories, it's the sharing of why people came here, what they hope for the future, what has made them stay here. And you can't get these kinds of stories just by going to a shopping mall. You really have to be on the street to hear these stories. And I like to think that 30th Avenue is really a place that matters because of that shared memory, where we do engage with one another. One of the people that were interviewed, Lynn Cerf, she was the person, she was in at the flower garden at Two Coves Community Garden. And she said, it is here in this garden in particular, I enjoy the community I've met, the friends that I've made. That says something about that special place. 30th Avenue really does help us define the character of our community. It offers almost like an independent entrepreneurial spirit that can flourish, and innovative ideas can really come out and they can thrive. Just take a look at all of the stores, and thanks to Frank, we don't really know how many stores there are. I had no idea how many stores there were really on 30th Avenue. But these stores aren't just a place to do business. They too offer a meeting place. There was a terrific book that was written by Ray Oldenburg, and it's called The Great Good Place. And he says that it is places like these special stores that are really a designation of public space. They offer people the opportunity to gather beyond their home, beyond work. Here, people are not really just defined by their economic value, but it's a place where people feel comfortable. It's a place where people know your name. They don't care where you're from. You're not just, you know, somebody who's going to come in and purchase a service, and if you hang around, you're thought of to be an economic liability because you're taking up space. You matter to the people in those stores because you are the community, and there you can share more ideas. I'm sure that if we asked Frank how many personal stories he has heard while he's cutting people's hair and coloring hair, he could fill a book with personal stories, because that's that comfort level. That's where we want to go. That's where we want to be. We want to go to places like this, where we know that somebody like Frank is going to listen to us. You know, we also have another person whose photograph is not here this evening, George Harabadoo. And in his auto repair shop, he has a big barbecue pit, and he's skewering pork or beef or whatever he's doing. And he's doing this not only for the customers, but for family and friends. Everybody is welcome in his auto body place because you want to go there. You want to enjoy what other people are doing there. It is really successful streets like this that other. You'll be amazed. You know, you just walk by and you think everybody is just on their own personal mission. But there's so much activity that's taking place between people. And as much as, you know, I'm a lover of the internet, and certainly exhibits like this open up people's eyes to possibilities, it is really those personal interactions that make communities what they are. There's another person that really does demonstrate this in her interview, Dr. Espiritu Santo. She says that the best part of her podiatry practice is that everybody has a different story. Everybody comes from different walks of life. She said it turns into a family event when people come in. That's what community is all about. You know, city planners today and other professional planners, they try to focus on ways that they're going to impose order in our streets. But what they fail to realize is that the streets or our communities need people to make our communities successful. And I know that Annabelle has quoted Jane Jacobs, which she also happens to be a favorite of mine, and she wrote that cities have the capability of providing something for everybody only because and only when they are created by everybody. It's still the sight of people that attract other people. It's something that city planners and architectural designers, they just seem to find incomprehensible. They operate on a premise that the city people seek the sight of emptiness, that people want obvious order and quiet. But in reality, nothing else could be true. It is the presence of great numbers of people gathered in cities that should be accepted as a physical fact. They should be enjoyed as an asset and their presence celebrated. Jane Jacobs also added, no normal person can spend his life in some artificial haven. And this also includes children. Everyone must use the streets. And thank heavens in our community we still do. Thank you.